come on to talk with Craig Morris today about ME in the Isle of Man, the problems that is associated with this thing that is affecting like 300 people, I believe, on the Isle of Man, Craig.
Yes, and millions more worldwide. It's a devastating illness and just so hugely disabling. The problem is that people can't get out and about to talk about it.
Can you give us, what happened with in your case? Exactly?
Yes, I was happily running and swimming and cycling and playing hockey on the island, and overnight I just got a virus and became instantly very, very seriously ill. It was immediate. I could hardly walk. It was difficult to talk. Just doing as much talking as you've heard now will wipe me out for hours. I have to pace my energy so carefully. I have to rest before brushing my teeth, or just moving, or sitting up, or things I used to do like reading. I can only do for short periods of time now.
So it absolutely changes everything.
Everything has changed.
Is there enough support here on the island, or is this part of what you're trying to create awareness?
Yes, we're trying to raise awareness to get more support. I think we're very lucky that Minister Beecroft is taking our concerns seriously and looking at creating a pathway for some basic diagnosis and some sort of
but I mean, where are we on this? I
support.
mean, is it like all these diseases that just research is going on? I mean, are they making any headway?
I think the problem is that they're not really doing very much research. I think because it's so complicated to do and so expensive, it's not really happening. So we don't yet know what exactly the problem with the illness is. We don't know how to treat it. So we certainly need more of that. Absolutely.
So explain to me what your sort of day is these days. I mean, you were a teacher, you played rugby, did everything, and now what happens now for you?
Yes, I tend to cycle half an hour periods of resting, and then trying to do something meaningful, and then resting. So it's tough because you can't do the things you want to do, and I've had to adjust to
Are you
learn
homebound?
to accept that. Principally, yes. I spend quite a lot of time in bed, and when I'm not resting, I'm trying to do little things.
And this interview in itself is taxing.
Hugely so, yes. I mean,
people can't appreciate that because you don't look any different. Of course, that's half the
no,
thing, isn't it?
and that's part of the complication with the illness. Before I fell ill, I was training to swim the Channel, and I did the London Marathon, and I'd cycle down France. It's actually more physically tiring now, just doing everyday tasks, some of which I can't do for myself because it's so tiring, and I'm very lucky that my parents can do them for me.
Now, you've got a big event leading up to in May, isn't it? Tell us about that, because this is what it's all about.
Yes, this is massively exciting. I think when I was diagnosed, I felt I was the only person on the island with the illness, and now I've met other people with it, but actually there are millions of people around the world, and just to link up with them and to hopefully get our voices heard and to be taken more seriously, to recognise that this is an illness that needs research desperately. And so on the 12th of May, we're putting together an awareness day at Tynwald, where people will bring their shoes, and those sort of empty shoes that people will see in the Tynwald Legislative Building will represent the people that are missing.
There should
the
be
people
300
that you
pairs
won't
there,
see.
About 300?
Yes, there are about 300 people on the island.
So people who had to take themselves away from society as they used to know, I guess.
Yes, I mean, that's the thing. It's not just your job you lose, or your friends, your family, and more, your ability to do very basic things.
And I know you've got an expert also coming over?
Yes, that is a real coup, that Linda Tannenbaum's coming from America to talk to us about some of the cutting edge research that is going on. I think it's really exciting that the quality of the brains involved, people with Nobel laureates and really well established scientists in America finally turning their attention to the problems that people with ME have. I remember when I was diagnosed and having MRI scans, they couldn't find anything wrong, and that was exactly the problem with Ron Davis's son, who's at Stanford involved in this project. And when he looked, he found 160 things wrong with his son. With the but it shouldn't need a Stanford geneticist with his own lab to show what's wrong.
And this has been the problem for a lot of people, I think, that they don't know what it is for a long time before you get finally decided, you know, that it comes under that banner. It must be quite a broad banner anyway, isn't it? It
is. I mean, the doctor didn't know what to do. I mean, my doctor's a great chap, but he just couldn't get the right advice. And you know, it took years, and eventually I had to ask my, you know, in desperation, I asked my 3-year-old grandmother at the time, and it happened. She knew a lady who had heard of something similar and gave me the best advice I've had with ME, which is just to rest.
Other illnesses, people can see things are wrong. It's frustrating when people, you must have initially got people saying, get over it, you know, you just get back to normal, don't be so stupid. I mean, is that the sort of ignorance most people have on this?
That can be the reality of it. And I have a lot of sympathy for people, because if I wasn't this ill, I don't think I'd believe it would be possible to be this ill and still be alive. It's such a complicated illness. It doesn't just affect your brain, it affects all sorts of body systems, and so it's so difficult to pin down what and why's gone wrong.
And do we fare well compared with the United Kingdom over here for the support, or is this what you need Kate Beecroft and Health and Social Care to do more of?
I think what we're looking for is to use some of the expertise that they have in the UK, but do that here locally with a doctor on the island who can oversee things with the help of a consultant. A consultant in Liverpool would help our expert, Dr. Helen Gregg, or someone like her, who would help disseminate the information that we have and help diagnose and do the relevant treatments. So I think the reason it's such a great idea is it stops really sick people having to travel to Liverpool, which is incredibly difficult and for some people severely affected, dangerous. And it's done in the community, making it a lot cheaper than hospital consultants.
Is there a website people could look at, or a Facebook group or something like that?
Yes, yeah. If you just look up ME Support IOM on Google, you'll find us, and that's how we've grown from 40 members a couple of years ago to nearly 200 people. So when we say there are 300 people on the island, there really are with the illness.
Well, thank you for talking to us today. And you know, life for you is, you know, do you see that it's going to stay at this level, or do you think there is some future there that's going to bring you back into playing rugby again? And so, I mean, obviously that's what you wish for. Obviously.
Yes, that's very much my hope. So I can
swim the English Channel.
Just travel and see my son, I'd settle for. But I mean, we just need the medical research to make that happen, and some of it is happening here. I think more of it is happening in America, and it would just be wonderful to see the illness taken more seriously. I think sadly we're at a stage where it just isn't at the moment. Not yet.